What's up, Sioux Falls? I'm JJ Hartigan. Welcome to this week's edition of the Storm Report. We're officially in the home stretch of the 2022 IFL football season. Just 4 weeks left to go now in this 2022 campaign. The Storm with 2 home games, 2 road games left in the docket. This week it'll be a road matchup against the Green Bay Blizzard as they look to solidify their spot in the playoff picture. Right now, Sioux Falls in the 3 seed in the East and hoping that they can move up maybe one more slot before the end of the regular season. We'll talk about some of those scenarios in just a little bit. Sioux Falls actually helped their cause on Saturday night, though, with the victory at home against the Bismarck Bucks. A 49-44 score maybe doesn't tell the whole story. Bismarck came back a little bit towards the end of that game, but Sioux Falls brought out the offensive firepower in that one. Quarterback Dalton Snead had his best game in a Sioux Falls uniform, throwing for over 200 yards. He had 5 passing touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown in the victory. Looks like he might be a strong candidate for another Player of the Week honor for the Sioux Falls Storm. We'll find out from the rest of the league later on this week how they feel regarding his efforts last weekend. But Dalton caught up with us after the game, gave his thoughts, I should say, on the Storm victory and how the team is progressing here late in the season.
Coach Riggs has a lot of trust in the offense, and more than anything, I have a lot of trust in the receivers. You see those guys when I'm kind of just throwing it out there and letting them go get it. You see Donnie and AD and Carlos and Tim, they can go get it. So when you have receivers like that, they can just go absolutely get it wherever it's at. It makes my job easy and gives me confidence in them. To top that off, you got 3 stout offense linemen up front with me not getting touched, me being able to step up in the pocket and find those playmakers downfield. And once I can get them the ball, you saw the rest. They take care of business. So it's good to get out there and click as an offense.
The Sioux Falls victory on Saturday gives the Storm now 3 wins in a row, their longest winning streak of the season. They feel like they're hitting their stride at the right time, but quarterback Dalton Snead says there's still lots of room to grow and there's no time to settle right now here in this late season push.
First and foremost, enjoy the win. It's not easy to get a win any given week, so when you do, you got to enjoy it. Ultimately, like I said earlier, we got to clean things up going into a good Green Bay team, playing away again. So we just have to be locked in mentally. The mental mistakes, the self-inflicted wounds is what we need to get away from and what can cost us in those games.
As we mentioned, just 2 road games remaining for the Sioux Falls Storm, this week being one of them. Next week, they'll return home for 2 straight home games, but an important road matchup this week against the 5-8 Green Bay Blizzard. We caught up with Coach Curtis Riggs after the win on Saturday night, got an early preview from the head coach about what his team can expect from Green Bay in this road matchup on Friday night.
Well, Green Bay has a very good defense, and when their offense doesn't turn the ball over, then they're really a difficult team. And so we've got to be really sharp offensively, and then we've got to be better defensively, especially in the back end. Bismarck did a good job getting rid of the ball quick and finding guys and moving the ball downfield. We've got to shore up some of those things, and then offensively we've got to be balanced. We've got to run and pass.
Be sure to join us this Friday night at 7 o'clock at Blue Rock Bar and Grill as the Sioux Falls Storm gets set to take on the Green Bay Blizzard. That will start at, as we mentioned, 7 p.m. We're going to have a lot of fun out at Blue Rock. We're going to be watching the game. There's going to be food, drinks, prizes. Cheerleaders will be on hand as well. Should be a lot of fun and hopefully a big win for the Sioux Falls Storm. Again, every win this time of year matters. We're going to be keeping a close eye on the standings on Friday night as well to see if the Storm maybe can inch closer towards that 2 seed. Now, coming up in 2 weeks, it'll be Military Appreciation Night. This is going to be a big one. We're expecting to pack the Denny Sanford Premier Center with former, current military men and women from across the United States, and we hope that you can join us. Even if you're not a former military member, we want you there to help support the Storm, help support the troops, and maybe have a little bit of fun on Saturday night. That'll be a 7 o'clock kickoff inside the Premier Center. One of 2 home games remaining for the Sioux Falls Storm, and they're taking on the Massachusetts Pirates. This is a big one. The Pirates are the defending IFL champions, and a tough matchup for the Storm, who beat Sioux Falls when they matched up out in Massachusetts about a month ago. That was a 1-point loss on the road for the Sioux Falls Storm. So hoping to avenge a loss, move up in the standings, and have some fun on Military Appreciation Night. There's going to be a lot of great activities going on. We're going to be selling Military Storm helmets, so be sure to get those while supplies last. And be sure to visit us on our social media sites, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and more. We're going to have updates as the week goes on that'll get you kind of geared up for that military night with some other insider information as as the week goes on as well. That wraps up our storm report for this week, though. For now, we hope to see you at Blue Rock on Friday night, 7 o'clock. Again, that's a Friday night kickoff instead of a Saturday night as normally scheduled, but we hope that you can join us for some fun. Until next week, I'm JJ Hartigan, hoping you've enjoyed this week's edition of the Storm Report. We'll see you guys next time.